Hello and welcome to my community advocacy project. My project is on domestic abuse. If you or someone you know needs help, please call 1-800-799-7233 or text START to 88788. If you or a loved one finds yourself in a life-threatening situation, please call 911 or go to your closest emergency department. What is domestic abuse? Domestic abuse, also called domestic violence or intimate partner violence, can be defined as a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. Abuse is physical, sexual, emotional, economical, or psychological actions or threats of actions that influence another person. What are some common responses to sexual violence in a domestic abuse victim? Some common responses can be social withdrawal and detachment, inability to perform basic tasks, trouble sleeping, nightmares and insomnia, loss of trust in others, increased thoughts of suicide, and increased risks of self-abuse. Why don't victims of domestic abuse just leave? They may not be able to leave due to children, financial loss, displacement, immigration concerns, religion or sacred vows, fear, and thoughts of homicide. One common form of domestic abuse is strangulation. What is it? Strangulation is the external pressure applied to the neck until blood flow and or airflow is compromised. A link between a high lethality screening and non-fatal strangulation has only recently been recognized. Anywhere between 25 to 30% of all sexual assaults include some form of strangulation, and 99% of the time this is often done by males. So understanding a timeline of events when it comes to strangulation. When it comes to strangulation, at 0 seconds pressure is applied, so this is occlusion of the carotid arteries. At 6.8 seconds, that is how long it takes to render the patient or victim unconscious. At 14 seconds, they may have a anoxic seizure. At between 15 to 30 seconds minimum, the victim may experience loss of bladder and bowel control. At a little over a minute, 1 out of 14 victims will die. And at a little over 2.5 minutes, all victims will die due to causes of strangulation. Once you are a victim of strangulation and you survive, you have a 750% increased risk of becoming a homicide victim. On the top table, you can see some statistics for Frederick County, Maryland for the month of September 2023 on domestic violence protective orders placed against males and females. Protective orders placed against females were 22 or 27.8%, while against males it was 57 or 72.2%, for a total of 79 protective orders placed in Frederick County, Maryland in the month of September 2023. At the same time, in the entire state of Maryland as a whole, 520 protective orders, or 25.8% of all orders, were placed against females, and 1,408 80 or 73.4% of domestic violence protective orders were placed against males in the months of September 2023 for the state of Maryland. So what is some local help? Frederick Health has a forensic nurse safe exam that is offered at Frederick Health Hospital. Forensic nursing is staffed 24/7 by 2 full-time forensic nurse examiners and several on-call forensic nurse examiners. What happens when you walk into the emergency room? When you walk into the emergency room at Frederick Health and you request a safe or sexual assault and forensic evidence exam, you are taken back to a private exam room where you will meet one of the forensic nurse examiners, and they will do a assessment for illness, injury, or other medical conditions that you may have. They will go over your rights as a patient. They will collect and preserve evidence. This includes any documentation via photography, written description, and or diagrams, and it can be saved in the state of Maryland for up to 20 years. They may give expert consult or testimony in a court of law if the victim decides to go through the court system, and they may refer you for ongoing care and other needs. So, this is the lethality screening tool used at Frederick Health. It has been adopted statewide by all other healthcare organizations and just been tweaked a little for the needs of each healthcare organization throughout the state of Maryland. This is a tool that is used to determine if the patient coming into the emergency room is a high risk of lethality if they were to leave. Why is medical follow-up important? Always encourage victims of strangulation to be transported to their closest emergency room, even if injuries are not visible, because medical documentation is an important process in the legal medical process. So what can we do to end sexual violence or domestic abuse? We can educate ourselves on the facts, and we can create a home environment that promotes a healthy relationship and does not tolerate violence. So here are some local sources around the area if you or a loved one needs any help. Some resources include Frederick Health Hospital, located in Frederick, Maryland, Hartley House of Frederick, Meritus Medical Center in Hagerstown, Maryland, the Maryland Victim Information and Notification Services Program, and the Maryland Criminal Injuries and Compensation Board. And here are my sources that I used to put this all together. But again, if you or someone you know needs help, please call the national hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or call 911 if they are in immediate danger. Thank you.